So, good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the ISHMAP trustees and the local host committee, it is my pleasure to officially invite you to the ISHMAP Biennial Symposium to be held on the 12th and the 13th of May 2022, and the Early Professionals Workshop, which will take place on May the 10th and the 11th at the Museo Histórico Nacional in the city of Montevideo, Uruguay. The symposium is being organized with the help of the Museo Histórico Nacional, whose director, Andrés Aspiros, is here with us today and is part of the local host committee. We have also received full support from the Universidad de la República, which is represented in the local host committee by Lucia Rodríguez Arrillaga, who is here today as well, and Nicolás Dufaux. And the Universidad Nacional de San Martín in Argentina, which I represent, is also helping us organize this event. I will now let Lucia introduce you to the city of Montevideo.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are delighted, really delighted to welcome you to Montevideo next year in May. It will be a great opportunity, we think, for all of us to meet and share experiences on the study of maps, especially for those who will be able to attend the symposium in person after a long period of virtual activities. I am going to give you a brief introduction of our city. I will now share a short video created by the city's government. Our aim is to encourage you to come and get involved in the productive discussions that we hope will take place here. Okay, the video. Okay, as you could notice, Montevideo is a walkable and safe city that offers many services that simplify, I hope, our visitors' experience. The city has preserved its architectural treasures, particularly in the Ciudad Vieja neighborhood, where our main venue, the Museo Histórico Nacional, is located. These three historical buildings, Casa Fructuoso Rivera, Casa La Valleja, and Casa Giró, as you can see in the pictures, are fully equipped with the necessary technical resources. All of them are located in the heart of the historical city center, a charming tourist area with access to different options for dining and accommodation. They are also near the Rio de la Plata and within walking distance of many museums, theaters, cafes, bookstores, and other attractions. All venues can be easily accessed by taxi or bus from Carrasco International Airport or by ferry if coming from Buenos Aires. We are also interested in promoting social interaction between our participants, offering you activities, cocktails, events related to the local culture. Now, Jordana will go over the details for the symposium. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The symposium that we are very much looking forward to is going to build, as I said, on the project that we had thrust upon us in 2020. And it will be a hybrid event that is hosted in Montevideo in these wonderful venues that you are about to learn about. It will be a 2-day event with a keynote speaker, and it will take place on May 12th and 13th with a combination of in-person and hybrid or online paper presentations. The meeting will take place in a way we hope that is manageable for folks, so 9:30 to 5 or 5:30, with as the planning continues, some additional events and activities available to participants. We are looking forward to hearing from MAP scholars and curators, and really taking kind of as our theme and approach that will focus on kind of any aspect is always of the production, circulation, consumption, curation, and exhibition of maps and mapping, but particularly those that focus on methodological approaches concerning map history in the context of exhibition, teaching, and everyday life. Looking for similarities, differences, hybridizations in cartographic history and practice, where case studies are in conversation with historical and cultural conversations, whether the original one or in times after those events. So while we are open to papers and proposals on any topic, those are the ones that are kind of thematically where the Oregon local hosts are thinking. Our session format will be hybrid. We are looking for papers that will be 10 to 15 minutes in length. That was one of the things we did learn last year, was that the shorter presentation with longer discussion really enriched people's combination. And the one thing about the hybrid format that I hope folks will keep in mind is that as you think about, we hope most of the people who apply will consider coming to these wonderful spaces. We'll be in 2 different buildings on site, but that those who are for whatever reason interested in a virtual presentation, you will have to choose at the time of application which form you would like to take, so that if you choose in presence, you have been accepted for in presence, and if you choose virtual or online, you will be accepted for online. And we do not anticipate moving people between those 2 formats. The symposium language, as all ISHMAP events, will be in English, and we look forward to contributions that are original and have not been presented before. And as we move in these 2 venues, we will be able to host keynotes in groups of up to 80, but also smaller, more intimate spaces. And as you see, rooms for the social activities that always go along with symposia, the conversations, the meals, the inspirations that come in being in person together.
Thank you, Jordana. And here comes the interesting bit of news for 2022, which is that unlike previous conferences, the 6th ISHMAP Symposium will also organize a workshop for early professionals, which will take place in the course of 2 days, on Monday the 10th and Monday the 11th, right before the symposium begins. And during those 2 days, 15 junior researchers and early career professionals will be able to attend 4 interdisciplinary activities on the history of the map, or in the history of cartography. These sessions will focus on teaching, research, curation, and collections. And the workshop is, as I have just said, open to early career scholars and professionals developing activities related to the history of the map, either in libraries, museums, universities, or cultural centers. The principal venue of the workshop will be the Casa La Valleja, which is also part of the Museo Histórico Nacional. And applicants will have to provide an original research or historiography project on the history of maps, and their work will be discussed during the workshop. So the idea is that whomever wants to participate fills in the form and sends an original research or historiography project that will be evaluated by a workshop committee. And the results of this evaluation and of the proposals that have been accepted will be announced by mid-December, together with the announcement of the proposals that have been chosen by the committee, scientific committee dedicated to work exclusively on the symposium. And last but not least, we would also like to invite you to a day trip to Colonia de Sacramento, which will take place on Saturday, May the 14th, that is right after the symposium ends. We will travel that day to attend the re-inauguration of the map exhibition Imaginar, Medir y Ordenar, which was organized by the Museo Histórico Nacional in the city of Montevideo, but that will be displayed for the first time in Colonia in one of the local cities museum the inauguration will be on Saturday and the exhibition will be open for the next couple of months. For those that do not know Colonia del Sacramento is 177 kilometers of Montevideo and is located almost opposite Buenos Aires, right across the Rio de la Plata. You can even travel from Buenos Aires in a 1-hour ferry from Colonia to Buenos Aires and vice versa. And in 1995, because of its historical relevance and its colonial architecture, the historic center of the city of Colonia was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So the city is definitely worth the visit. I strongly encourage you to go and to participate of this last event of the symposium. And before we finish, to leave some time for questions and answers, I would like to remind you once again that as from today and until October the 31st, the call for papers is open. Please take note that the application form for the symposium is separate from the application form of the workshop. And for more information, of course, for the call for papers, to access the online forms and whatever other information you need, you can visit our website, ISHMAP's website, of course, ishmap.wordpress.com. Or else you can, if you have specific questions and you want to address us directly, you can also contact us by email. Here is Lucia and my emails. So, whatever doubt you have or whatever question is not answered in the website or will not be answered now, you can for sure write to us and we will answer you promptly. So on behalf of the local committee, it will be a pleasure to welcome all of you in Montevideo in May 2022. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask them now. Thank you for your attention. As I have just said, we hope to see you in Montevideo. We hope everything works out well and we can all meet in person by May 2022. Thank you very much. Jordana, if you want to manage questions and answers.
I will just add one detail I think we
sure.
haven't mentioned, which is the call for papers is open to October 31st.
Yeah.
And that the scientific committee will review and let folks know by early 2022 of acceptances, hopefully in good time for planning.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Carolina and Lucia. This is looking like a fabulous, wonderful, exciting double set of events. Are there any questions or comments at this time? They pre-answered all your questions. That's perfect. We will look forward, I hope, to seeing everyone in Montevideo.